What's up guys, I'm Maria, welcome back to Cine Club. So the month of May has just started and summer is right around the corner. And you know what that means, all great things happen in summer. Fruity cocktails, the beach, a break from school, but most importantly, 'tis the season for great movies. It is time for the big guns, action-packed movies, the sequels everybody's waiting for, the remakes everybody's talking about, and a few original ones everybody's waiting to see. So this video is just a list and a little bit of conversation of the most awaited summer movies of 2014. The first one we're going to talk about has already hit theaters near you, and that is the big sequel, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Starring once again Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, and the big villain of this movie, Mr. Jamie Foxx. This time around, Peter Parker has to face the mysterious company called Oscorp, and the company is sending all these supervillains his way and putting his life in danger. That's just a brief summary. I have to say I haven't gotten into the reboot of Spider-Man because Tobey Maguire kinda really screwed it up for me, and I don't think I have gotten over it just yet. In my head it's like I have just broken up with a Spider-Man and it's too damn soon to get in another relationship with a Spider-Man because this one is still on my mind and I'm still hating it, and it's like I can't fully commit to you. You get it. I've heard good things about the movie, I've heard not that great things about the movie, but all in all it has been a quite positive review, and I think I'm gonna give it a shot this time around. I've heard good things about Andrew Garfield playing Peter Parker, and I like the look of him, and I think he would be a good choice. Also, I want to see Jamie Foxx do his thing. It's been a while since I've seen Jamie Foxx in anything I've been excited about, and I think just for that it's worth giving it a shot. So we break the ice with the superheroes, and now we're on to the remake that everybody's waiting for, and that is Godzilla. I have to say I was a huge fan of the first movie, but please don't hold it against me. I was very young and Godzilla was just badass then. That being said, I know there were a lot of flaws and a lot of problems with that movie, and I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with it now. They haven't shown much in the trailer, they've kept it kind of ominous and mysterious, and I like that. I don't want to see a full-blown shot of Godzilla and what is to come because it's kind of cool to see it just in the movie for the first time. But so far, I liked what I've seen and I just can't wait to see this movie. The movie's directed by Gareth Edwards and it's got some pretty big names in it as well. You got Mr. Walter White, Bryan Cranston's gonna be in it, Elizabeth Olsen as well, and I think Aaron Taylor Johnson is going to be the main guy as well. And I gotta say, I like me some Aaron Taylor Johnson. Oh yeah. The movie comes out next week, I think May 15th, and I think it's one of those good summer movies that everybody's gonna go watch. It's one of those stories you can take a little bit of liberty with it and you might end up doing something much better than the last one. Next is a movie nobody wants you to mess up, and that is X-Men Days of Future Past. X-Men is one of those things that I grew up with, and then Bryan Singer did something great with it and then they totally messed it up, and then the X-Men movies of Wolverine came out and X-Men Origins, and that was like blah. And then they did X-Men First Class and everything is coming back into place, and now we have this one. I have to say I'm finally excited again to see an X-Men movie. It's been a while since I can say that. So in Days of Future Past, the X-Men are sending Wolverine back to the past to change history and possibly avoid an event that will destroy both humans and mutants. I think it's a movie everybody's very excited to see because it's a blend of the both casts that were very good and you actually remember. You have the older X-Men and the older cast, which is Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Hugh Jackman, and you also got the younger X-Men that did a really good job in the last movie. You got Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy, Jennifer Lawrence, and you got Peter Dinklage in the movie. I mean, come on. The movie comes out May 23rd, and I have high hopes for it. I'm really glad it's Bryan Singer once again directing. I like what he's done with it in the past, and I think it was about time he came back and did something with it. Next up, you have Maleficent, starring Angelina Jolie. So Maleficent is the villain from Disney's Sleeping Beauty, and in this movie, she's a vindictive fairy who has cursed a young princess, only to find out that she may be the only one who can restore peace. I've always liked the idea of turning Disney stories into live-action movies and bringing out the darkness that already exists in those stories, but I've never really liked the execution. A few of them have been kind of okay, nothing major so far. However, I really like the concept of Maleficent because it's no longer about the princess, in this case Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. It's about the villain, and that makes it much more mysterious and thrilling to watch. Aurora from Sleeping Beauty is not exactly a very active princess. There's not much going on. The story is not so much about her character but what happens to it. So I'm very interested in the focus they have given to the story. I'm interested in what Angelina Jolie can do with it. I think she is perfect, at least from the visuals I've seen. She looks perfect for Maleficent. The movie comes out on May 30th, and we'll just have to wait and see if they've actually made a really good adaptation of this fairy tale. Next up is a comedy, and it's A Million Ways to Die in the West, and I have been waiting for this movie since I've heard about it last year. I love Seth MacFarlane. I love his sense of humor. I love that he's diving more into movies and not just staying with Family Guy, and I'm really happy that he's back with this story. Written and directed by Seth MacFarlane, A Million Ways to Die in the West is about this cowardly farmer who falls for the new mysterious woman in town. And now, instead of being the wuss that he normally is, he must try and find some courage when the mysterious woman's husband, a notorious gunslinger, arrives into town. The cast is so great. There's so many names that you know in this movie. You got Liam Neeson, Charlize Theron, Sarah Silverman, Neil Patrick Harris. I love all these people, and I'm really interested to see what they can do with comedy. The movie comes out by the end of May, and it's one of those comedies I'm really looking forward to, but I'm also a little bit worried because even though Seth MacFarlane is super funny, he does tank sometimes. I like Ted a lot, but after I watched Ted for the 4th time, I had enough of it, and I'm afraid that's gonna happen to me with this movie, but nonetheless, I'm gonna go watch it and see what he did with it. Next is not one of those sequels you're looking for. It's not a remake either. It's the adaptation of a bestseller, A Fault in Our Stars. And it's a book nobody will shut up about, and I still haven't been able to get my hands on it. The story is about Hazel and Gus, 2 teenagers that meet in a cancer support group. Apparently it's a very witty and touching story, and people have received it very positively. I've heard great things about the book and about these characters. But if you haven't read the book and you're interested in a more drama romantic movie as opposed to all the action-packed explosive movies of the summer, this might be the movie for you. It comes out on June 6th. A name I'm not really excited about, but I know everybody's gonna go see, is Transformers: Age of Extinction. Basically, a mechanic and his daughter discover something that brings down on them the Autobots and the Decepticons, and that sounds to me kind of like the very first movie. Transformers is one of those movies that I saw the first one, I saw the second one, and that was more than enough for me. I'm not interested in seeing this one. Michael Bay, I know it's a movie a lot of people are interested in seeing, even though the cast seems to be pretty much completely new. But for now, I think I've had it with Michael Bay's shaky cam lens flare and just all the action sequences happening just right in your face and you have no idea what's going on. Oh, the movie comes out June 27. Enjoy. Next up is another sequel, prequel, who the hell knows anymore, and that is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So survivors of the simian plague have started a war against humanity, and now you have Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. You got a few good names in the movies. You got Andy Serkis, Kerry Russell, and of course Gary Oldman, and we all know Gary Oldman is the man. I'm not as invested in this movie as other people. I have no particular feelings or opinion about it just yet, but I will definitely go see it and I will do a review about it and let you know how I feel. The last movie is a complete 50-50 for me. I really want to see it and I really want to hate it as well. I can't tell you until it actually comes out, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, produced by Michael Bay. And who is starring? Megan Fox. I don't like Megan Fox. I think that is no secret. The second trailer has just come out and they call it a new trailer. It's the same trailer with just 3 more seconds of the Ninja Turtles, and I am very, very worried about this movie. I'm worried that Michael Bay is gonna ruin my childhood. I'm worried he's gonna totally go Christopher Nolan on it. Don't get me wrong, I'm totally excited to see the Ninja Turtles. They were seriously my childhood. Michelangelo was my guy. So I'm really happy they're finally gonna make a real movie about it, and they're gonna make them look tough and cool and badass. At the same time, I'm really worried that Michael Bay is behind this project. I hate the idea of Megan Fox playing April O'Neil. I'm worried they might change the meaning of Ninja Turtles and turn it into a completely different movie. There's only 2 things I'm really worried they're gonna mess up in this movie. One is the sense of brotherhood between the turtles. They always have each other's backs. They're always very loyal. And I think that's the essential chemistry between them that you just can't mess with. And as long as you have that right, I think things will turn out pretty well. The other thing I don't want them to mess with is the humor. There's something really funny and goofy all around about the turtles. And even though you want to try and make the movie darker and more mysterious, I think you should definitely keep that because there's that comic relief. I want that to be in the movie. I don't want it to be all just like, you know, Nolan and dark and just too ominous for the Ninja Turtles. That being said, I am gonna go watch it. I don't know if everybody's very excited about it or they're just, you know, gonna go to the movies and be like, oh really, let's see what you're gonna do with this. The movie comes out in the beginning of August. There's still some time left, and I do hope they bring out another trailer for it that makes me more excited for it. But so far, I'm just kind of waiting for a disaster to happen. But guys, those are all the movies I think are worth watching for this summer. Tell me, which movie are you most excited to see? Also, which movie do you think is not going to do so well but people are talking a lot about it? Whatever your answer is, comment down below and let me know. As always, you can expect a review from me from all these movies. I will be reviewing them all throughout the summer, and I hope you enjoy them and we can have a little talk about them as well. So that's it for this episode of Cine Club. I know I normally do reviews, but I'm kind of interested in talking to you as well about the movies that are coming out and, you know, different movie topics. So I might be doing a few few more videos like this in the future. If you did like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That is always appreciated. And if you know anybody who's very excited to see any of these movies, go ahead and share it with them as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, Cine Club channel. I got a movie review every week for you. And I will see you on our next talk or on our next movie date. Bye! I gotta tell you, Spider-Man is not my favorite superhero, but I really like this movie. I really like the fact that this movie feels like a comic book. The vibrant colors, the costumes, even the characters. It feels so much closer and loyal to the source material than the previous Spider-Man movies, especially the way they handle every single character and the development of their individual story.